Now we're going to do alteration number 8, which will be the skirt waist. What if our waist on our skirt is too small or too big? This is how you're going to do that. And I'm going to use a different method. Up to this point, we've been doing a slash and spread method where I just cut across the paper and add. Now we've got another method, which is called the seam allowance method. When you're using other pattern pieces like ones from Joann Fabrics or something like that, they will not have the seam line drawn on, so you need to go in and actually draw them on. So on a commercial pattern, seam allowances are usually 5/8 of an inch. If you're working with a pattern maker, oftentimes you'll just need to check with them as to what their seam allowances are, so they might be 1/2 inch. Most of us who develop patterns will be developing them with 1/2 inch seam allowance. But anytime you use a commercial pattern, it will be 5/8 of an inch unless otherwise marked. So you need to be doing all of your alterations based on the seam allowance. You can't do it based on the cut edge. We always go according to the design line. So to change the waist, I'm going to cut off the seam allowance. Not cut it off, but I'm going to cut along it. And to adjust the waist, I'm going to cut down to the hip. And then I'm not going to cut it off. I'm cutting to but not through this point right here to create basically a little hinge so that I can move this piece out. Then the other part that I'm going to hinge is this corner right here. I'm cutting to but not through that so that I can move them about like this. And then I'm going to get my extra paper. And I like to tape my extra paper on before I make any extra dimensional marks or anything. So let's say for this little pattern, I need the waist to be, a quarter, we'll go with 1/8 of an inch bigger. I'm just going to mark out 1/8 of an inch and then bring this back in until the side seam hits that new mark, just like that. And I'm going to tape it into place. I did not tape this part right here yet. The rest of it I've taped, but not that little part. I'm then going to line this up with the old waistline. And then tape it into place so that it can help. It moved on me when I was taping it down. Don't be afraid to bring it up and readjust that. That can really help blend this top area. Cut off all the excess paper that you don't need. And we have done adjustment number 8, which is the waist. I could have taken it the other direction as well.